So I don't think anybody could have predicted that in the final arc of the series, Naruto was actually going to be able to stop the most powerful chakra entity that the Naruto universe has ever known with dangly parts. What the hell? What's up, guys? It is Corey from Super Kami Guru 9000. Christian will not be here this week, but he should be returning for next week's review. So let's just get right back on track and talk about this week's chapter of Naruto, which was pretty awesome. It just managed to be funny and badass at the same time, and had easily one of the most unexpected moments of this entire arc, and that was getting to see this great combination attack between Sasuke and Naruto as they were going up against Lady Kaguya. And I did not see this coming. I love the build-up to the scene, how Naruto is mentioning that he's been working on some special technique, and I figured this is probably some new form of Rasengan, or maybe even something we haven't seen before. But no, he takes it to a hilarious new level where he has Sasuke attack Kaguya with Amaterasu, and then suddenly Naruto creates all of these clones which come together and he does his Harem Jutsu. However, it is a reverse Harem Jutsu, and they all transform into naked, attractive men. This gives him just enough time to distract Kaguya to deck her right in the face, and it's hilarious. Everybody reacts pretty much in the same way. Everybody's shocked that this actually worked, but it actually makes sense when you think about it, because Naruto even mentions that this technique has actually worked on strong people before. If you guys remember back in the past, the third Hokage, Hiruzen Sarutobi himself, actually fell prey to the Harem Jutsu, although that was the other version with females. This is the reverse version, and what's even creepier about it is the fact that Naruto's been working on this for some time. What has he been working on this for? But that's beside the point. The scene just gets even better as the battle continues, with Kaguya constantly using her teleportation abilities to throw everybody into this massive icy world, which also just happens to have this weird little palace hanging up on the top of this mountain. Is this like where the Quincy's live or something? I don't know what's up with this, but it's a really cool setting for a battle, and this gives Naruto and Sasuke another chance to attack, where you have Sasuke using his Amaterasu Kagatsuchi, which has his Amaterasu like splinter off in multiple different directions, which also looks really cool. It's the end of the chapter that has this nice little twist where both Naruto and Sasuke are getting ready to try and seal up Kaguya, but Kaguya uses her teleportation abilities to send Sasuke away into another separate dimension, which looks like a friggin' desert, and that could not be more different from where they are now, and I'm really interested to see how Sasuke is going to get out of this situation, and honestly how they're going to break this whole teleportation technique, because it still hasn't really been confirmed how it works, whether she's literally creating a genjutsu and making it reality, or if she really does have the ability to send people to different portions of the world, or her own little dimensions that she can create. Kaguya is really dangerous, and she was definitely really awesome this week. I think she was one of the highlights. I love the fact that you can have the black Zetsu things. They're like oozing out of her hands, and they still have the eyeballs, and they're still talking to her. They're still calling her mother, which is really creepy. But she's able to like literally send them through these different dimensions and grab people and everything. It's really awesome. If there's another thing that I can comment about this week's chapter, is that the artwork was really good. All of the backgrounds, when they're still inside the magma cavern, looked really good. When they finally went outside to the ice world, everything looked awesome. All of the mountains had these giant icicles all over them. I'm really interested to see what the deal is with that massive palace sitting up top. Maybe that is Kaguya's palace and we don't even know it yet. And what's the deal with Sasuke being sent to the desert? Is this some sort of other big plan? Is Kaguya going to be able to fight them in multiple dimensions at once? Can she like literally split her consciousness up? Or will she actually send like a black Zetsu to that dimension to fight against Sasuke? I think that would be pretty cool. And even if Sasuke wins, how's he going to get back? Is he going to be instantly transported back to where Kaguya is? Or is he going to have to literally like summon one of his falcons and travel across the friggin' landscape to the nearest ice cap so that he can fight against these guys? All I know is this week's chapter was really unpredictable, and that's really perfect for Naruto, because that's what the series has always been good at. I think the moment that I got really hooked on Naruto was in the very first half of the series during the Zabuza arc, when Naruto and Sasuke were teaming up with each other and fighting against Zabuza. And it was that scene where Sasuke was throwing that big shuriken, and it went past Zabuza, and then it transformed into Naruto. That's the same feeling I got from this week's chapter. However, it was a little goofier because of Naruto using his reverse harem technique, which just, I don't think anybody could have predicted that this was going to happen, at least in this arc right here, just within the context of how serious things are. Naruto just decides to summon a lot of weird, freaky, naked guys, which some of which actually look kind of similar to some of the characters that we've seen in the show, two of which actually looked like Jugo and Sai to me for some reason, but that's beside the point. The scene is great, and I love the fact that even Kaguya barely even reacts to it for maybe like a split second, but it does give Naruto just enough time to attack her. Sakura's reaction, of course, is just as funny as is Kakashi's, and, you know, again, I would love to see Jiraiya's reaction to this. It is absolutely perfect. And what I think I loved most about all of it, too, and this is something that Naruto's been reinforcing as Kaguya has sort of just, like, been introduced into the show. Kaguya's always mentioned that she is responsible for the history of shinobi. She has created the shinobi herself, but I don't think she had any plans to create a technique like this, and Naruto certainly proves that. This is his personal history of the ninja world, and he is demonstrating it with flying and hilarious colors. So, what's the rundown on this week's chapter of Naruto? I really liked it. And, you know, a lot of the times, I'm not really a big fan of humor in Naruto, especially at a part of the series where it's supposed to get really intense and serious. But I honestly like this. It sort of breaks up the tension a little bit, because when you look about how long this war's been going on, how it all involved the resurrection of Madara, and then suddenly Kaguya came back, everybody's been dying, landscapes have been exploding. It's really nice to get a scene like this every once in a while, just to remind us that we shouldn't be taking this stuff too seriously. We should still be trying to have a little bit of fun with it, and I think that's what the author's intention was with this week's chapter. If one thing you can say that Naruto's technique has come quite a long way. He's able to create way more clones. I mean, originally that was like the one ability he could not use, and now he's creating a gaggle of naked men. Naruto's new technique is literally the It's Raining Men no Jutsu. I wish they would have given it a much snappier name than just the reverse harem no jutsu, but you can't always get what you want. I'm also interested to see if Sakura and Kakashi are going to get involved in the battle, because before they were just hanging out in the middle of a volcano getting their asses lit on fire, but now that they're out in the middle of this giant icy landscape, I imagine they have a lot more maneuverability, and they'll probably be able to help out in the battle. However, Kaguya is probably not going to allow this to happen, as she still just wants to keep Naruto and Sasuke separated from each other so that she can take them out one at a time. I will say that this week's chapter was really exciting, and it is setting up some nice prospects for what's going to be happening later. I really have no idea as to what Sasuke is going to do now that he's stuck in the middle of the desert. I still think that Kaguya is probably going to send another form of her consciousness, or maybe a Black Zetsu, to fight him. All I know is it's going to get really exciting from here, because now that we got this one funny bit out of the way with the Harem Jutsu, it's probably going to get a little more serious from this point on. However, I will say again, I really did appreciate the humor this week. It's a nice break of tone from what we've been seeing from the last couple of months, and if there's one thing that I think the Naruto series can do pretty well, it is some humor every once in a while. I love seeing the characters' facial expressions when their mouth drops and they have the big white eyes. It always looks really, really funny to me. It's so distinctly Kishimoto, and it actually worked within the confines of this chapter, and that's why I'm going to give this unpredictably badass chapter of Naruto a 10 out of 10. Yes, I loved this chapter, and you know, a lot of it had to do with the fact that I couldn't predict what was going to happen, and when I can't do that and I'm caught by surprise, that's usually what gets me really excited for the series. But the action this week was also awesome. I'm actually really enjoying Sasuke's brand new abilities. It's really great to see him finally team up with Naruto again and seeing them work together. It's just, it's a fanboy's dream, ladies and gentlemen. So check out this week's chapter for a lot of laughs, a lot of cool action, and the prospect of some really exciting things in the future. 10 out of 10 from me. Check it out, guys. If you guys read this week's chapter of Naruto, I would love to hear your thoughts about it, and you can tell me with your comments below. Were you caught surprised by the reverse harem jutsu? And what do you think is going to happen to Sasuke? Is he going to have to fight against Kaguya, Black Zetsu, or is he going to find some way to escape from the desert of no return? Remember, guys, before you leave, make sure and hit that like button so you can give this video a thumbs up. It's really, really easy to do, and it helps out our videos tremendously. But the best way to help them out is to simply watch our videos and subscribe to the channel. I'll make it real easy for you guys. There's a button that's right up top. You can just click on it and subscribe. Remember, guys, before you leave, you can also check us out on Facebook and on Twitter. I'll put links to those in the description box below. Also, if you guys would like, you can directly donate to Super Kami Guru 9000. It's completely optional. You don't have to do it if you don't want to, but it would really help us out a lot too. So, guys, that concludes this review of Naruto this week. I will see you next time. Super Kami Guru 9000 out.